Good day. I'm here in my healing room. As you can see, I have the crystal bowls all around. This is where I do my healing work and also my teaching work. And I realized, it's a Sunday and my room is set up from teaching all day, a medical Qigong course all day yesterday. It's still set up in the recording configuration. So before I transform the room into another manifestation, I thought I'd make another channeling video because I did commit to creating more of these more often and more regularly. So here we are, and I'm not really sure what's going to come through. I just become available and we'll see what comes through. So it's going to be a mystery. So let's go ahead and just get right into it. Good day to you. We welcome you to the realms of light, where the vast majority of who you are also exists. We welcome you to the realms of light, from where your physical life, your physical personality, and your entire physical world also springs. You are experiencing the frequencies of ascension, and you are experiencing a kind of acceleration that helps you to recognize that love is the most optimal frequency in the universe, for, in a manner of speaking, the universe is made up of love, and the intention of love permeates all in the universe. Now you have designed for yourselves a very unique world whereby you have used the unconditional love of all that is to create an experience whereby you cut yourselves off from this experience of oneness so you can have a very unique, individuated experience. And now this ascension that we speak of, that many speak of in this time and this age of awakening, this ascension is about dissolving the barriers that you yourselves have erected that have been on your planet, colloquially speaking, in time, space, reality terms, for eons, for many, many, many generations. And now you are the generation whereby you are accelerating your frequency, dissolving the boundaries. And indeed, as was discussed earlier, mentioned in your Qigong group, the idea that these frequencies are ascending and altering your DNA structure, your physical bodies are going through their own process of reflecting these vibrations that you are shifting into. So the bodies that you have, you say in your scientific terms that your bodies reproduce themselves every so many years, that none of the cells that you once had are there with you. So in a manner of speaking, you have a new body. However, we are here to tell you, as many new channelers have been telling you, that you shift much more frequently than you would admit. And so you are a new you, a new version of you in many, many moments. So appreciate yourself as you are. For this frequency of appreciation, you will discover this frequency of love is the most efficient frequency. And when you recognize that all the limitations that you have placed upon yourself, all the limitations that have been passed down in the third density from generation to generation, different aspects of self-hate and self-loathing and different states of unworthiness, all of these beliefs you have bought into because on some level, some portion of you, some part of you believed that buying into these frequencies would somehow serve you. But you are awakening to the realization that the love frequency is the frequency that serves you most of all. It is the realization the one singular realization that can unlock you like a skeleton key from all these negative beliefs. And while it is a wonderful process to go through belief by belief to become very acquainted with the contents of your conscious minds and your so-called unconscious minds, because you cannot change what you do not own. There is the skeleton key of the frequency of love. When you begin to vibrate that frequency throughout your energy centers, you will notice an acceleration in the transformation. And these two processes will go hand in hand. Thusly, we encourage you not only to investigate your negative beliefs so that you can bring them into the light of your consciousness, recognizing that they no longer serve you in the way that you have been brought up to believe that they do. Now you are also gearing up, as we say, for infusing your lives with the love frequency. Indeed, it is not only happening in isolated cases, it is happening all around the version of Earth that you are all stepping into. And by all, I refer to those that listen to this transmission. For if you are hearing these words, you are on a trajectory of moving into that love frequency. For you as humanity, this version of Earth that you're stepping into is ascending into that frequency. The recognition of love shall be dominant upon your planet, and much sooner than you think, because the frequency of integration, the frequency of love is so all-encompassing and with such alignment with who you truly are, that the transformation will be rapid. Rapid indeed. Now you will leave for yourselves the quality of moving through a, shall we say, from your perspective, a kind of slow arc of transformation that will span many, many generations. Within that, the ascension into the love frequency will be within that time frame, a rather rapid acceleration. We are speaking of just a few generations for this rapid acceleration into the love frequency. So as each and every one of you drops into your heart centers and begins to radiate love for yourself first, and then radiate it by extension to all that is reflected in your reality, you are part of a process of ascension that has been, shall we say, colloquially speaking, planned out ahead of time. From your vantage point, it is being planned out in the non-physical. These are grand orchestrations. These are not isolated incidents of love. This is a grand orchestration. And much is happening, as you might say, behind the scenes of physical reality. Much is being orchestrated for this grand ascension process. You have pulled yourselves so far into the darkness. Now you get to reap the rewards, to relish the fruits of your labors, shall we say, and experience yourselves flinging into the light with massive acceleration. And we are speaking of just a generation or two or three maybe, before it is recognized upon your planet that love is the most optimal frequency within which to operate. So many negative beliefs will begin to fall away, as you say, dissolve within this frequency. Thusly, we encourage each and every one of you to bring yourselves into your heart center and radiate that love for yourself. Appreciate yourself exactly as you are, because that is the most optimal frequency for you to ascend. For when you invalidate how you are and where you are, in a manner of speaking, removing your capacity or lowering your frequency, which becomes highly inefficient. And so you slow yourselves down when you buy into anything besides the love frequency. Now we understand there will be times that these frequencies of ascension will reveal much negativity to the surface. We are not saying to gloss it over. By all means, roll your sleeves up and ask yourselves those penetrating questions. What would I have to believe is true about myself in this situation to feel this way, think this way, act this way, to find myself in these particular situations, to experience these particular reflections? By all means, continue these processes of awakening and exploration with curiosity of your personality structures. However, also take the time to bring yourselves into a kind of resonance with the love frequency. Shower that love upon yourselves and feel it in your heart, and then let it spread out to your other centers. Let it go down into the third center, as you say. Let it move up into your fifth center, as you say, the throat center, and feel it opening up. And do this for all your centers, beginning with the heart and spreading upwards and downwards through all the centers, and you will find yourself rapidly accelerating. And those of you that engage with this practice, the energy of the non-physical will be with you, for we are channeling this message as a kind of orchestrated message for the totality of humanity, and this message will be channeled by many beings and inspired to be spoken by many teachers. This is not unique. This is a planetary experience, a ground orchestration. Thusly, many of you will hear this message not only through this channeling, but through many other teachers as it becomes reflected into your realities. For that is the next stage of ascension. Those of you who are riding this wave, this frequency, are very much priming yourselves for the experience of love, that which you have not even begun to imagine, because many of you have been so cut off, and of course you've done the cutting off yourselves, for many of you had the themes of exploration within your lives, the soul curriculum that included passing through the dense third density, and now you're experiencing the rapid acceleration. For had you not passed through the third density to such a focused way, you would not have the experience of the arc of transformation. To put it colloquially speaking, the higher the roller coaster climbs, the more exhilarating the drop. And this is, in a manner of speaking, in kind of the inverse here, because the lower you pull yourself down into the darkness, then when you spring and shoot forth into the light, that much more accelerating will the ascension process be. So we do not kid you when we say you are the envy of the universe, and we say, colloquially speaking, of course. This is a very highly unique and highly sought after experience, and you have incarnated in this world to experience this powerful transformation from darkness to light. So enjoy this process, and if the play has its challenges, understand that challenges are part of the structure of your lives. They make our lives interesting. You came here to experience challenges, and challenges can be very exciting. Challenges can allow you to rise to the occasion, the way that, for example, a very skilled tennis player would very much like to play a quote-unquote opponent that would match their skill level, to bring out the best of their ability, the best of their talent. And the two together realize that they, in a manner of speaking, need each other as a reflection to challenge each other to grow. And so you're realizing that the game of physical life is very, very integrative. It is not this or that, or this versus that. It is that this inspires that, and that inspires this, and together you created these challenges to be overcome in a powerful way. And the universe, many beings in the universe, physical and non-physical, are watching you at this time because you are a highly sought after experience. The human physical existence at this particular point in your evolution is, oh, what a profound place to be. It's like having the front row seat at one of the most exciting presentations or concerts or shows you are about to experience. So buckle up your seatbelts and get ready for a wild and exciting ride. And we encourage you to drop into those heart centers and to begin to radiate that love for yourself. Really feel into what it would be like to love yourself. You can begin with a curious question. What would it be like? What would it feel like to love myself unconditionally? Then you enter into that state in a very soft way. This is with zero insistence, as many of you know. About the formula, this is not about insisting. This is about a genuine curiosity and stepping into this frequency, and you will begin to recognize that when you both investigate your negative beliefs and at the same time bring in this powerful love frequency, you will begin to create a multi-dimensional perspective whereby you recognize the negativity and how it operates, and you're very aware of that. And then you recognize the love frequency in its utmost efficiency, and then you will begin to compare one to the other, and whatever your process is, at whatever rate it occurs, you will begin to recognize the efficiency and the way the love frequency ultimately serves you in the most profound way, while all these belief systems that you've bought into, as you become more and more aware of them, you will also become aware of how limiting they are indeed. And you will begin to awaken, you'll begin to literally feel yourself shifting into the love frequency, because you will recognize it, and all portions of your personality will in time begin to recognize that it is the most efficient frequency that there is. So we invite each and every one of you listening to this message to embody this love frequency, to give yourself this love. Spend every day, a moment out of every day, to bring in this love frequency for yourselves, for you are deeply cherished by all that is. And when you drop into the love frequency yourself, you are harmonizing with the entirety of the universe. So you have much support in this, especially in this age of awakening, where the overall theme of exploration is to explore the love frequencies and to let go of the hate and segregative frequencies that have been dominant upon your planet for eons. So welcome to this grand adventure. We are very excited that you are here, that you are listening to this message. Trust that help is always available. You can help. You can ask your higher minds, your guides, and the levels from which this transmission itself comes to you for aid and assistance, and you will be guided and you will be aided in the embodiment of this beautiful love frequency, which is really who you truly are. You are that love frequency. You are simply blowing off some of the dust of third density and recognizing that you've had it all along. And that is the grand awakening, when you remember who you truly are. What an exciting adventure. Thusly, with that, we invite each and every one of you to join us, creating a chorus of this beautiful frequency of love. And when one of you awakens, you help and assist each and every one of you to awaken. And when the collective consciousness awakens, it supports you in your awakening. Thusly, each of you supports the whole, and the whole will eventually support each and every one of you as you all awaken together in beautiful harmony. So here's to the new version of Earth and the new version of each and every one of you. May you joyfully awaken to your true natural selves. And with that, we will wish you a most loving, sincere, beautiful day, and much revelation of your true natural selves to yourselves. have indeed myself been playing with, working with, dropping into that love frequency a little bit every day. And it truly is beginning to vastly accelerate the ascension process. And it really is dovetailing with the work that I do and unveiling the negative beliefs and asking myself those questions. You know, what would I have to believe is true about myself in this situation to feel this way, act this way, think this way, find myself in this situation, and really beginning to reveal those beliefs to myself. And this really dovetails with this new practice that I have of really sending that love frequency and bringing it into the heart and spreading it out through my energy centers. You know, if it's good enough for the healing work that I do for others, you know, of course, it goes without saying that I can do that energy work for myself as well. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being a part of this journey. And I will see you in the next video.